Hey guys, welcome to my ballet center basics. So I already did a series of ballet bar basics, just going through the basic steps that we have in ballet at the bar. And so now I'm going to do a 5-part series on ballet center basics, because lots of you have asked me different questions on Instagram and things about arabesques and pirouettes and all of those things. So I'm just going to break everything down right to the basics. So these videos will be great for you if you've just kind of started ballet quite recently, or if you're coming back to it after a while and you want to brush up on your technique. Obviously ballet has so many steps in the center, but I'm really just going to be focusing on the basics that you can then build up to do the more complicated movements in the center. So in today's video we're going to be looking at pas de bourrée, which has different variations and you can do them in different directions. You can also do pas de bourrée en tournant, so we're going to have a little look at what the pas de bourrée is. So pas de bourrée is 3 steps, but they can be to the front, they can be to the side, or they can be behind, and there are different variations. Let's just do the direction of the feet. So we're just going to step behind, to the side, and then to the front. And it would be the same travelling the opposite direction. So we'd start with this foot, behind, side, and front. Now obviously that doesn't look anything like ballet, but that was just to get the direction. So now we can add in, making it look more like a ballet step. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to coup de pied, derrière. So this foot's behind, we're going to plie, we're going to come up to relevé, behind, side, front, and then we can continue and go down, releasing this foot to the back, and again behind, to the side, and front. So what do we do with the arms? They can stay here, they can stay in second, or we can move them from third to third, which is probably the most common thing to do with this pas de bourrée. So we're going to come and we're going to take this arm forward into third position. So let's go again. Plie, pas de bourrée, and pas de bourrée, and pas de bourrée, and pas de bourrée. Okay, so that's the en dehors. Now it also exists en dedans. We don't need to do it today, but just so that you know, it's the opposite. So we're starting with the front. We're going to go front, side, behind. Will look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can also do exactly the same step, but each time we step, we pick up the foot. So instead of leaving it in relevé fifth, let me show you what we can do. We can start with a coup de pied, derrière again. We're going to do the en dehors. So we come 1, 2, 3. So did you see what I did there? Instead of just coming into 5th position, I actually change my weight and I bring this foot to coup de pied devant. So let's slow it down again. Coup de pied derrière. 1, 2, and close. So releasing, coup de pied derrière, change, coup de pied devant, coup de pied devant, and close. Now I am doing this croisé to croisé. You could also just do it en face, so I'm not actually changing direction at all. But the most common is probably going to be going from one corner to the other corner. So let's do that again, and let's add in the arms this time. It will be the same arms that we did last time, so from third to third. Let's try. The third variation we can do is, instead of bringing those feet to coup de pied, we're going to bring them up to retiré. And that's the only difference, so let's just try it and you'll see what I mean. The derrière still stays in coup de pied. That's normal because it's like the preparation. Okay, so we go prepare and up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down. Now the really hard thing about the pas de bourrée is that you're on one leg and you still need to maintain your turnout. Now it is a little bit easier to maintain your turnout when you have 2 feet on the ground, but in this case we've only got 1. So we're going to need to transfer our weight into the right place, and this is so important in all center exercises because you don't have the bar as your support. But of course the best thing is to work your weight shifts at the bar so that you know exactly where you should be when you come to the center. So when I've got 2 feet on the floor, my weight is right in the middle, but I've actually got my weight more in the balls of my feet than in the heels. I don't know if you can see the difference, but look, this or this, it just forces you to engage these muscles, which is really important, the adductors. So when I come to 1 foot like we're going to do in the pas de bourrée, my weight is going to shift even more into the balls of my feet so that if I have to do a releve, I can do. So that's the first thing. The other thing is to remember that we're going to try and keep turned out the whole time. Not only the working leg, because we can sometimes think, oh yes, let me turn this out, and then this foot ends up like this. So we need to remember that both the working leg and the supporting leg turned out, which is, I know it's so much easier said than done, but let's just see if we can try. So when we do the plie, that knee's coming out, this knee's to the side, and the same thing when we plie to the other side, trying to bring that heel forward and keeping that knee, both knees back. Remember as well that the coup de pied position, it needs to be the toes touching the leg, just the toes touching the leg, not the heel, just the toes. And when it's derrière, it's the opposite, and toes are out at the back. We don't want the toes to be touching like this. Remember, I talked about that in the ballet bar basics. If you'd like to go back and just recap that video, I'll link it in the description below. Okay, so we've done our pas de bourrée basic step. Now another way you can do the pas de bourrée is on turn on. So all we're going to do is actually just turn at the same time as we do those steps. We did back, side, front. We could also started the pas de bourrée like this and gone back, side, front. Let's just practice that. So we're going to tendu and then we're going to come back, side, front. Let's do it again to the other side. Tendu, back, side, front. Now when we do the on turn on, it's exactly the same, but we're just going to turn it at the same time. So let's see. So we go back, I'm going to turn side and front, and let's try with the other leg. So plie, back, side, front. Okay, it's easier actually to do it faster because you get a bit more momentum. So let's try a little bit faster. Ready? And back, side, front, and back, side, front. Now you'll probably notice that when I'm saying side, I'm not really stepping to the side. Of course, when it's on turn on, we need to be right over our center, so we don't want to be doing big steps at all. The steps are really, really small so that it's allowing us to stay on our center to turn. So those are the pas de bourrées that we're going to learn today because I think they're the most basic, and actually the pas de bourrée en tournant is a little bit more advanced, so it's good that you've learned both ways. Just to be aware that there are other types of pas de bourrée that we haven't done today, but let's save that for another video because I think it's probably enough information for today. I hope that was helpful, guys. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video, which is going to be on pirouettes. So we're going to be looking at en dehors and en dedans pirouette. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.